We're standing outside of Pepco headquarters in downtown DC. We're here with Anya Schoolman of DC Sun, Mount Pleasant Solar Co-op, and we're here with John Capozi, also of DC Sun, and of Ward 7 Solar Co-op and East of the River Renewable Energy Co-op. So what we're doing here today is we're here in the wake of Pepco's annual shareholder meeting, where Mr. Capozi and Mr. Schoolman, who are both shareholders, went on in and stood up for your rights as shareholders and as customers of Pepco, and asked that Pepco increases their amount of renewable energy, changes their stance on solar in the district. And we're going to find out now directly from Anya and John. John first. What is it exactly that you asked them as a shareholder, and what were the results?
Well, the exciting part was that we did get a chance to talk to them. I came last year and asked a similar question related to them becoming more advocates for solar energy here in DC. They really did very little between then and about a week ago when John Huffman, who's president of Pepco Energy Services, called me and offered to talk about the ideas that I had that would generate more solar in the city, but more importantly, generate more money for Pepco, which is, as a shareholder, my goal is to have larger dividends and larger increase in my investment. So what they talked about today was, asked them specifically about how they're going to do more marketing in the city, how they're going to try to make it easier for people to install solar through their own suppliers, hopefully, and then also how to finance it on your own bill, so that, like washing and gas, you can get it installed, but you don't have to pay it off all at once. You can do that on your monthly bill over time. So Chairman Rigby decided that he said that not only did he like the idea that I would meet with the team from PES and the marketing group, that he wanted to meet with us personally as well and talk about how we have some ideas and how we can help the company with increasing their profitability in this area, and also just generally become more advocates in solar.
Awesome, awesome. Anya Schoolman, why is this good for the residents of DC and for the solar energy market in DC?
Well, what we found is so far Pepco's really stood in the way of going solar, from very small things like not being responsive to changing meters. Oops, they're washing off our coal. We gotta improve a little bit.
All right, we're good. Excuse me.
Pepco's cleaning up coal. Everybody get this.
Stop blowing up our
Everybody get this. Pepco is actually cleaning up some coal. Okay.
That's made with real coal dust, by the way. So one of the things I said at the shareholder meeting is that Pepco's turning environmentalists and solar advocates into enemies instead of allies. And the way that they are not responsive on meters and billing and all the practical issues, oppose us on legislation, it turns us against them, as opposed to working with them to build a new, modern, clean energy company.
For you all who are wondering why it's so important to have clean energy, this writing that's being washed off of the wall here was actually written in code, and it says such things as topless mountaintops are obscene. It's asking Pepco to stop using coal for its majority of its energy production or the energy that it purchases, and is asking Pepco to be more responsible in terms of supporting the clean and renewable energy production industries, such as those residents in Washington, D.C. who are becoming consumer producers by putting solar on the rooftops of their homes and by feeding that energy back into Pepco. So a very demonstrative action taken on the part of DC Sun and on the part of local activists in favor of a more diversified, renewable portfolio, and in favor of stronger relationships between the solar community of DC and Pepco today here at Pepco headquarters here in Washington, D.C.